Alejandro's reputation as the show's biggest manipulator has made him a standout figure in the total drama franchise. Despite his dark aura and his antagonist role, viewers can't help but love him. But what are the psychological traits and hidden tricks the creator used to make us like him even though he was a villain? If you want to find out, make sure you stay until the end of the video. Alejandro comes from a noble Spanish family, and his personality was shaped by both of his parents. Thanks to his father's diplomatic background, Alejandro was able to master the art of social manipulation to overcome others' mental barriers. His mother instilled in him the values of being a gentleman and how to be well liked in this society. Alejandro's elegant demeanor and deliberate choice of words quickly set him apart from the other contestants. His competitive nature comes from his long-lasting rivalry with his older brother Jose. As he recounts on the show, Jose's incredible talent in various areas and constant bullying ignited a fire within Alejandro, which determined him to seek winning by any means necessary, even if it meant getting his hands dirty. This upbringing creates a really complex character with a dual personality. On one hand, we witness his refined and courteous demeanor on the surface, while on the other hand, we observe his dark nature beneath the exterior. One resemblance of Alejandro is Bruce Wayne, hiding his dark inner self behind his charismatic personality and attractive appearance.
You see, I'm both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Another resemblance they share is their keen observation skills, despite projecting an impression of not being knowledgeable to others. However, Alejandro employs the methods of the dark side to further his own interests, rather than embodying Batman's characteristic pursuit of the greater good. Exploring Alejandro's psychology in depth can reveal various aspects, one of which is his ability to see through everyone's social mask and to use their deepest desires and principles to cash them into his trap. He's incredibly strategic and always seems to be one step ahead of his competitors. His charm and good looks are undoubtedly assets in this regard, being a perfect cover-up for his maneuvers to get away. Let's dive deeper into Alejandro's behavior and his way of thinking to understand him better. Although he initially portrays himself as a polite and respectful gentleman during the beginning of the show, we eventually uncovered the reality that exists behind his social mask. His true colors were exposed early on in the show. In the episode, Super Happy Crazy Fun Time Japan, Alejandro manipulates Harold to become overconfident, resulting in his team's defeat. Then he advises him to maintain his honor by disqualifying himself from the competition.
It was I who brought dishonor to our team. Only one thing can restore the balance.
This incident reveals that he is good at understanding people and using their values and principles to his advantage. After Harold, Alejandro sets his sight on Bridget as his next target. Despite having a lover waiting for her, Bridget is seduced by Alejandro's charisma and charm, ultimately becoming vulnerable to his manipulations. This is highlighted in the episode, Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better, where Bridget agrees to kiss Alejandro, only to fall victim to his trickery. It is apparent that his interactions with the girls are only seen as simple social games designed to create certain advantages for him. Also, due to his natural charm, these power plays are invisible in the eyes of girls, until it is too late. Through his first two strategic eliminations, we can observe a minor yet crucial aspect of his attributes as a manipulator. Alejandro is able to find cracks in the mental armor of the majority of participants. One example of this is when he capitalizes on the DJ's superstitious beliefs. Convinced that he is cursed, DJ becomes clumsy and determines the loss of his team. In the episode, Jamaica Me Sweet, Alejandro uses selective kindness. This is demonstrated when he rescues Gwen after she gets electrocuted by eels and brings her to safety. However, he takes advantage of her vulnerability and steals a gold necklace she discovered. He also sees the potential threat of Gwen and Courtney's alliance and manages to destroy their friendship by revealing the kiss between Gwen and Duncan. He is an incredible actor who is able to shape his personality depending on the context or the people he interacts with. Due to his unpredictability, it is impossible for anyone to foresee his next move. Throughout the show, Alejandro frequently interacts with Ezekiel, including helping him escape from a crate. By referring to him as amigo, he creates a temporary bond with him, even making him scare Heather off in the episode Planes, Trains, and Hot Airmobiles. In Total Drama All-Stars, he claims that he can't feel his legs because of his accident from last season. He leverages the people's sense of morality to gain their sympathy despite his reputation as a manipulator being widely known. Moreover, with this move, he keeps his true physical abilities a secret, making others think that he is now a vulnerable member of the team. By doing this, he keeps a low profile, reducing the hatred from his past victims. During this show, he also gains the trust of Chef Hatchet. Even from the first episode, he compliments the chef's flying skill.
By the way, you're doing a magnificent job flying this plane.
Who, me? Nah.
Now, don't blush. It's true. Perhaps.
Up to this point, we can observe that he is taking advantage of every opportunity to win the competition. Alejandro is a brilliant strategist who approaches life like a game of chess, viewing his fellow contestants as pieces on the board and every encounter as a chance to checkmate. However, a crucial question remains unanswered. What is the hidden motivation or the reason for his cruel comportment to others? Fortunately, the answer is at our disposal. In the show, his older brother is presented to us. Jose appears to be the driving force behind Alejandro's intense strive to always win. Throughout his life, Jose has attempted to prove his superiority over Alejandro, causing him to feel as though he must always strive for perfection and continuously prove himself worthy of others' respect. As a result, Alejandro's true character remains a mystery to everyone. Before we reveal the answer to the long-awaited question, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to never miss any videos. Although society often touts the notion that we have evolved into a more intelligent and sophisticated species, the reality is that such statements only hold partial truth. The complete truth is that there are certain primitive elements ingrained in our DNA that appear to be ignored in modern times. These aspects are linked to the darker and more primal aspects of human nature that transcend our contemporary social norms. These elements are connected not only to our animalistic behaviors, but also to our more sinister desires. For instance, most of us can feel that we have a natural inclination towards excessive greed for money, power, and control. The movie American Psycho aptly illustrates these tendencies.
I killed Paul Allen, and I liked it.
As society's expectation for us to conform to its standards and suppress our primitive traits can result in an emotional imbalance within us. Our admiration for Alejandro is rooted in how we aspire to emulate his qualities. In general, people tend to go through life with a feeling of fear towards the unknown. We're taught, as mentioned earlier, to repress our negative feelings instead of questioning their origin or using them as a motivator. Alejandro manages to inspire us to channel our negative emotions to reach our goals. He also manages to impress us by the sense of control he seems to have over every situation, never losing his temper by going through life efficiently. It's evident that he is not a genuine psychopath, as his personality differs greatly from completely negative characters such as Mal. This is highlighted in his relationship with Heather. Alejandro and Heather's love story in the show is one of the most intricate and captivating relationships, making them one of the most unforgettable couples. What sets Alejandro's connection with Heather apart from his other romantic pursuits is the depth of his emotions. Even with his dual and cunning nature, Alejandro's interactions with Heather unveil a more authentic and heartfelt side of him. He is drawn to her because she is the only one who sees him for who he truly is. In Season 3, Heather chooses the money over him, resulting in him burning in lava and being forced to stay in a robot for an entire season. Even after all of this, he forgets her, and they start dating once they get eliminated in Total Drama All-Stars. That demonstrates that his feelings for her are real. Alejandro's unique blend of moral qualities sets him apart from other characters who are often one-dimensional. His embrace of his dark side grants him greater self-awareness, resulting in a well-rounded character. Alejandro demonstrated his talents for manipulation to reach his goals. However, this kind of action always came with consequences. Given his tendency to interact with people primarily for personal gain, it is likely that Alejandro will struggle with genuine human connections, even in instances where he actively seeks them out. Although it may seem exaggerated for the ultimate manipulator on the show to experience loneliness, the truth is that based on his outward demeanor, he feels isolated within himself. As we are shown, his family has never represented a place of emotional comfort for him. His older brother, who should have protected him, did nothing but make him feel inferior, and most painfully, the only girl he really cared about chose money over him. In the end, the social power he was blessed with becomes his existential curse, turning him into a king that has no one to share the wealth of his kingdom with.
Cheated out of $1 million! Again!
But we have the greatest consolation prize of all, each other.
Great. Just great.
Thank you for staying until the end. If you enjoyed this video, kindly press that like button or share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.